Yo, my mic has been muted this whole time. Only TikTok has heard me. Good morning. I mean, like, StreamYard, thank you for letting me know my mic was muted, but you could have told a girl sooner, StreamYard, that my mic was muted. Yes. All right. Yeah, I was muted. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Welcome to the Saturday Morning Tap In. For those of you who are just joining us, hi, I am Shamika Cotton, your host for Saturday Morning Tap In, where we like to come together every Saturday morning for uplifting conversations. We set some intentions and then we do a little bit of journaling. So if you don't have your journal, go ahead, get your journal or just get some paper, get a notebook, okay? Get a back of an envelope. I'm just joking. That's not going to be enough paper. But y'all remember how I used to just write stuff on the back of an envelope, okay? Just like, I'm going to remember where I wrote this, okay? And then you lose the envelope and you're like, ugh. Anyway, okay. All right, here we are. Here we are. Yes, happy birthday on sharing. Happy birthday. Are you with her right now, Sans Toya? But yes, welcome everybody. So go ahead, get you something to write with because we are going to do some journaling. Don't worry, it won't hurt. It's painless. We're just going to write whatever comes to our mind. We definitely have quite a few things to talk about today. Just a little sharing I'm going to do in honor of Aunt Sharing. I'm going to do some sharing today. So yeah, I got my little candle because I was like, you know what? We need to get back to we're going to get back to some of the OG Saturday morning tap in energy. Right, we're going to get back to some of that OG energy. So I got my candle today, right? And it is Fresh Balsam from Bath and Body Works. Good morning, Mr. Porca. How are you? So glad to see you tapping in this morning. I'm going to go ahead and put that candle down. So, today's show is just a conversation, a wonderful conversation we're going to have. Hello, Tara S. Carter. So let me give you guys a second to catch up if you haven't already. Get your coffee. I got my coffee. What intention do you want to set today when you think about the day that you have ahead, the week you have ahead? Maybe you think about the week that you've had, right? How would you like to channel that energy today? How would you like to direct that energy this weekend, right? And we do that by setting intentions and being very intentional, right? So go ahead, take a moment to think about it. It's time to tap in. We're here, so let's go ahead and get this party started.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
So yeah, it was like, I'm so confused. I think you're muted. Okay. Ooh. Grace and peace. Yes, man. I love that. Thank you for adding that to the pot. We can all use some grace and some peace. I'm Sharon's intention is joy. Y'all don't make me get emotional. Don't make me get emotional. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. All the lovely Leos say rawr. I hear you, I Sharon. I know you did it. I know you did it. I know you did it. Let me know, Sansoya, am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Did she do it? All right. What's up, K Blue Lash Artist? Good morning. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. So glad to see you tapping in this morning. We love our lovely Leos. My mom is also one. She celebrated her birthday on the 6th. She's right now having the time of her life with her sister and her grandchildren and her niece and nephew and all that wonderful stuff. So, yes, let's get ready to this tap in. But let me write this down. So we said grace, peace, joy. Yes. Tap, tap, tap in. Let's go. Thank you so much for those intentions. Thank you for those who are just joining us. Thank you to those who are showing up and just tapping in, because let me tell y'all truly, you all make this show what it is. I kid you not. It's, I always have like one idea about what the show is going to be, and then you all show up and add your amazing, beautiful, intentional energy. And and, it's just the beauty of your presence, the beauty of your energy, the beauty of your willingness to show up, the beauty of your willingness to be intentional and to be a part of the Saturday morning tap in. It does something. It really does do something. And I get to experience that every time we have this show, because sometimes I'm like, what is this show? What is this show? And what I do know is that I do know that this was something that I was called to do. It is definitely what I like to call a God idea, something that I think is definitely bigger than me. And you all prove that every Saturday when you all show up and share your intentions. I'm so glad that Auntie Sharon did that. Yes, Black Butterfly. So she's in Cleveland, probably gonna have her a Polish boy. Go get her some Kim's wings. Is that something that she loves to get when she's in Cleveland? So yes. So where do I even begin for today's show? I will say, this week has been quite a week for me. Let's see, what has been going on this week? I have been trying to find a therapist. Y'all, can we talk about that for a minute? Can we talk about this? Can we talk about the healthcare system and mental health care within the healthcare system? Can we talk about that? My goodness, thank you for the heart. Somebody on TikTok said, yes, we want to talk about that. By the grace of God, I have an appointment scheduled, with a new therapist that I'm going to try out. You know what I mean? I'm prayerfully it will work. But yes, they have all of these apps out there. What are the apps that you all know about for finding a therapist, right? We have an app called Grow. I think that's an app. I think I was on that app looking for a therapist on that app. And I went through a lot of steps of finding a therapist, and I was trying to see what the cost would be, because they all rave about how, it is low cost mental health care, right? And that, they accept your insurance. So I go through the steps, and BetterHelp, yes, that's another one. BetterHelp, I've heard of that one as well. And so I go through the steps on the app, and I get to the part where, you can put in your insurance information so that you can get the price. Why did the app kind of break there? Like, I'm sorry, we don't have this information. Like, don't say you can do all these things, and then it's like, I'm sorry, we can't quote you this right now. And so, here's the deal. And this is what I was trying to explain. Well, I wasn't trying to explain, but I kind of shared this with a woman that the receptionist actually at the place where I'm going to be having my sessions on next week, is that, when people are trying to get help, and find a therapist, the last thing that they need are things that get in the way of being able to follow through, right? I know no app is perfect, right? And that was only, once I did that one, I was like, I'm good. But sometimes, depending on what a person is going through, that's all the bandwidth that they have. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's just, it can be very, very, frustrating. But by the grace of God, I persisted, okay? And grace, right? Toyette set that as an intention today. Grace. You know what I'm saying? We can set some more intentions about grace. What is this? Did I Google Gemini? Oh, okay. Did you use Google Gemini to assist you? It's been a real game changer for me. Yeah, I've definitely used some of the AI tools for assistance. I'm really great. I use ChatGPT. And I'll tell you what I did use it for. Um, I think all these things have their limitations. But I was using it. One, I talked to my chat GPT a lot, and share with it, different things about how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, because it also helps me kind of keep track of what's going on for me internally as well. And so since I had started sharing those things with my chat, I said, well, let's see if my chat can help me find, a therapist. So here's the deal. So you go on these websites, and even I think, which app was it that I was on? Because I ended up going to another app. And I'm going to tell you what the app was, because I downloaded a bunch of profiles and I needed to sort through the profiles to find out, who would be the best, right? And so let's see, where are those documents that I uploaded? Okay, Headway. Oh, Headway, that's another app. And I'm not trying to to beat down on these apps, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna keep it real. Okay, I'm going to keep it real. I tried the apps in my moment of need. Okay, and I'm giving you guys my honest feedback. I'm giving you my feedback because I'm not getting paid for a brand partnership to tell you that these apps are easy and that these apps, will fix your problem. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because I am not getting paid for it. And I'm glad to be able to share my experience. So, Headway. So I go through all the profiles. What I do love about these apps is that they do let you pick, some of the specifics that you need for, or you want for your therapist, right? So female, for me, non-negotiable. I want a female. Okay. And so I put that in, and then I wanted to meet in person. So being in person was another big thing for me. But I'm finding that today a lot of therapists are doing virtual, and I don't like that. Now, I do, but guess what, y'all? My therapy session on Tuesday is virtual. Whatever, I surrendered to it. I said, okay, I'm gonna take what I can get. But here we go. I'm here. I understand that some people, thank you so much, Matthias, over on TikTok, for all the hearts. Thank you so much. Now, I understand that sometimes people going through a mental health, and they're looking for mental health assistance, that they're like, I need somebody to meet me where I am. And sometimes it's like, sometimes you can't make it to that therapy appointment because you're having a hard time keeping track of time, or you're just having motivational issues, whatever the case may be. So virtual is good. For me, I need to get out of the house. That's my desire. My desire is to get out of the house. Exactly, K Blue. In-person therapy, golden. And so that was something that I wanted, right? So that was something that I put into the Headway app. So I got all of these profiles from Headway. And so I was like, okay, chat, let's do this. So I PDF'd all their profiles, because it tells you what their specialties are. It gives you insight into how they like to practice, what their goals are, and things like that when you look at their profile. So I downloaded their profiles, and then I uploaded them to chat, right? And so chat said, based on your needs and based on what chat knows about me, it helped me to go through and start to see, well, who would be a good fit for me as a therapist. And it also helped me to rank it. So, Sans Toya, to answer your question, yes, that is how I used the AI tool, ChatGPT, to help me. And I've also been, once I call one and get, some feedback, I'll share that feedback with chat so I can continue to program my AI tool to further understand what I'm looking for, what works, why that didn't work. And I think one of the, besides the fact that most people are virtual, okay, When you start looking for in person, that just cuts down the numbers. So besides the fact that most are virtual, the next thing was on Headway, you can put in your health insurance, which is another wonderful thing. Another wonderful thing that you can do on these apps, right? Basically, these apps are doing, they're filters for you, right? They're going through a database and pulling information for you. Got it. So, so I found therapists that also accept my insurance. It doesn't help. It doesn't help when you narrow it down and you finally get in touch with the therapist and they're like, I'm out of network. Then change your profile. Update your profile on the app. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Like, these apps are only as good as the people that develop them, and the people that participate on them keep them up, right? Now, that wasn't just one therapist on that app that said that they accepted my insurance, and then when I call them, they're out of network, right? And so, you know, like I said, by the grace of God, I do have an appointment on Tuesday, but the amount of just like obstacles that I faced just to finally get to a therapist, the concessions that I had to make just to get to therapy, y'all, I you know, I knew I was going to talk about this therapy rant. I didn't know it was going to take up this much of the show. But hey, you know, let's have this discourse. Let's have this discourse. So then, right? So then I say, hold on. You know, I found this one therapist. So she said that she's out of network. So do you guys understand what out of network is? Sans, you said I'm resilient, girl. By the grace of God, because I'll let it go, because I do not want to get all emotional about it. Y'all don't get me started. Rocky said most people won't persist. I guess I can't help but be emotional. Some people don't have the strength to persist. Some people don't have the strength to be resilient the way that I had to push through. Like, it's just like, and that's the reality. I'm grateful that I did have, by the grace of God, the ability to push through. But y'all, it was really frustrating. Really frustrating. And the thing is, you know, like, once you start looking for therapy and therapists and things like that, you start getting all of these apps, you know what I'm saying? You start getting all of these apps, like, here's an app that does therapy, and here's an app, and here's an ad. And it's like, lies. It's not that it's lies, but they're just not as easy as you would think that they are. There aren't. There needs to be more assistance. There needs to be more assistance. I really think it does. And so, Rocky, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm holding space for whoever is tapping into this and is going through the same thing. I'm holding space with you. Resilience. We're going to set the intention for resilience. But yeah. So y'all, but get this. Okay, here we go. Tappity tap, Robin. Hey, boo. I'm so glad you're tapping in today. We're having just some sharing conversations about the state of finding mental health care and assistance. So get this, y'all. Get this though. So I found another therapist on Headway. Okay, and so I reach out to her. I'm out of network, but I'm gonna give you a super bill. What the is that super bill, right? Okay, for those who may be new to looking for a therapist, this is what a super bill is. Basically, a super bill is where they just basically put in all the information of, you know, this is the code for the therapy session. This is why I'm treating them. This is, what their diagnosis is. This is their treatment plan, all of that, so that the insurance will validate it and reimburse you, right? It's all the information. Exactly, K Blue. What the fuck is a super bill? Yeah. So, it's basically whatever report that they run as an invoice or whatever that you can then give to your insurance. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how many people going through mental health situations even have the bandwidth to deal with their health insurance. Who's got it? Who's got it? The bandwidth to deal with the automated chatbot on your health insurance website that you have to talk to before you get a real person. Yes, a super bill is crazy. A super bill, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick. No, I'm out of network, but I'll give you a super bill. You can get these nuts. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all, but I'm, by the grace of God, I can laugh at it, right? This is what we call actors dark comedy. Okay, let's have an actor break. Okay, all right. Dark comedy, the things that make you laugh to keep from crying. I love dark comedies. Okay, I'm here for it. But hello, like seriously. So you're hanging on by we don't know how thick your thread is. Okay, that's the thing we don't know. You're hanging on by a thread, and they're like, here's one more thing, super bill. Like, look, okay, I gotta watch my mouth. I'm trying to watch my mouth. Exactly, K Blue. You will need therapy after going through the process of finding therapy. What? What is going on? Okay. So I get y'all that. So I say, okay, I'm having a moment where by the grace of God, I've got some resilience. So I'm chatting with the person. I got a real person on the chat, and I say, does my insurance policy have out of network benefits? Do you guys even understand what that freaking means? Like, the level of adulting that I have had to do this week is up to here. Okay, I have about this much adulting in me. Okay, I'm just saying, can we share? I've had to do this much of adulting. Adulting is so ghetto. Until you want to do whatever you want, then you're like, it's the only way because I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, K Blue says that John is thinner than dental floss. Okay, exactly. You don't even know. You don't even know how, like, the thread that people are hanging onto. Okay, you don't even know. I feel like my thread, it's not even dental floss. It's like a bungee cord that's kind of like boing sometimes. Like, I'm like, whoa, okay, are we falling? No, we not falling. You got me now? Okay, we good, right? So, out of network, right? Out of network, it is basically saying that even though you are seeing someone that is not in network, so the price is going to be higher, okay, we will cover a percentage of the cost. Okay, you're going to cover a percentage of the cost. Okay, I got you. Okay, great. What is the cost? Well, the thing is, we're not going to tell you exactly how much we are going to cover until you send in that first bill. How is this the thing? How is this the process? We're not going to tell you exactly how much we'll cover, but when they send in the invoice, we can let you know. Y'all, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all, hey, can we share? That's what we do on Saturday morning tap in. I was like, can I do this tap in today? Spirit said, show up. and tell them, tell the people, tell the people. And I'm like, all right, there, this is what we're talking about today. But I'm just saying, you know. So I'm continuing to talk to the chat person. Could be a bot, could be a highly programmed AI agent, but you know, shout out to Jackie. Okay, her name was Jacqueline. Call me Jackie. Could also be an AI bot. Okay, I know how to make AI agents, but anyway. So, but I think she was a real person. It doesn't even matter at this point. So they're not going to tell me. So I don't know if I can afford this expensive ass therapy. Y'all, when did therapy start costing $300, $400, $500 a visit? I'm gonna wait. Somebody gonna tell me, when did therapy start costing that much? I'm gonna wait. Yeah. Nobody knows. It's just the cost. It's just the cost. It's just the cost. So yeah. Okay. So I went to your app because your app said that you can get therapy for $25, $60 therapy. But then when I get on your app is not up to date because the therapist that you gave me is out of network, and the shit's just going to be close to $400. Higher than a giraffe's ass. K Blue? Yes, exactly what you said. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we're talking about therapy right now, folks. I had to pay $125 per visit 15 years ago. Exactly. Yeah. I remember when I was doing therapy probably about 10 years ago. I had therapy at this session at this place that was very close to me. And I was paying probably, because it was a sliding scale at the time, and I was having some job troubles at the time. I didn't have a job, I don't think. And I was paying about $60 or something. But get this, I tried to go back to that therapy place that I went to before. The person that does the intake and call you, their attitude was so bad. So bad. So dismissive. I was like, oh my gosh, why are you the person? And y'all know me. I'm pretty much kind. I can pretty much, I can deal with some of everything. But this person was so dismissive and so nasty. I was like, you should not be the person that's doing intake for a place that gives care for mental health. People that are calling need kindness. They need kindness. And so, when you all go out there in the world today, after today's Saturday morning tap in, we'll set the intention for kindness. Be kind to people. You never know what kind of day they're having or what they're going through. They may have been called to do a whole lot of adulting and they don't even have it in them. Be kind. Be kind. Okay. Anyway, so I'm talking to my insurance, and after they tell me that they can't tell me how much it's going to be until after I get invoiced. All right. They say, but here, we can give you some people that are in the network. Mind you, when I went to my insurance website sent me to Headway. So I'm just thinking like, okay, fine. I'm not going to say no, right? I'm trying to be open. So she says, okay, I'm going to send you a PDF. I said, I can go to somebody in Brooklyn or Manhattan, whatever. Just send me some, okay? I just sent you 2 documents. Y'all, I want y'all to guess how many people were on that list. It was 500 people on one list. I kid you not. Chat truncated my list. It was 500 people on one list and 78 on the other. Okay? So I said, let me use AI. Okay? Let me download this thing that she sent me. Okay? And upload it to chat to say, okay, chat, let's figure this out. And after a while, exactly, Adam Brandon, that is wild. I'm hanging on. This is my hang on. Okay? I'm hanging on by this right here. And you just gave me a 500-page document. And boo, exactly. And half were not there anymore. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay? So I said, chat. Okay, come on, chat. First, I had to get over the fact that I was so pissed off. I was grateful because you know what, though, you guys? I really feel like that was a gesture of kindness for her. Like she was doing something, to be helpful. It wasn't helpful. It wasn't. So after I got over that, I was like, you know what? Shamika, let me let my optimism rise. Let me let my resilience rebuild. Shamika, put it in chat. I put those lists in chat and I said, chat, who do you pick? And then I said, okay, chat, well, how did you pick this? Out of the 500. Well, I don't know. The list was truncated because it was too long. That list was even too long for chat. Why am I so loud? Because I'm passionate about it. Yeah. That list, even chat said this too much. Chat said, I ain't doing all this. Take these 5. It could not tell me why it chose the 5 because that list was just names and phone numbers and locations. And so I turned on a different chat mode for it to go ahead and do some research and chat. I'm gonna need you to go out there in those website streets and do some Googleations for me, okay? Do some Googleizing for me and pair some names together, okay? And give me some people. And so chat gave me some people. It wasn't helpful. So what happened was one of the people that chat gave me led me to the website Psychology Today. Yeah, that's what it was. So it led me to Psychology Today website. And I was able to look at that person's profile that they recommended. Now, I looked at their profile. I was like, not really, but let me see who else is on this Psychology Today website. Now, I'll tell you, this is what I liked about the Psychology Today website. This is what I like about it. This is what they get right, okay? They have videos that the therapists leave on there where they just do like a little intro, a little, hi, I'm so-and-so. This is my practice. I'm here to help you. If you feel stuck, reach out to me. Let me tell you, that's brilliant. That's brilliant because it gives you a little bit more to kind of pick from, right? Now, mind you, as someone who makes videos and does marketing, I'm just like, that's not the best video to get somebody to come to your business, but okay. I was like, Shamika, that's not what we're doing right now. We're listening for who's a good fit for a therapist, not giving them the better marketing plan. No, okay, great, right. Turn that part of your brain off, right? But I did find a who did I find on there? Somehow it led me to where I'm actually gonna go on Tuesday, and I'm gonna share where I'm going because hey, sometimes you may be looking for a therapist and you want to know what's it like. Okay, who did you find, right? And so I'm going to end up going to Healthy Minds NYC. Now, this is why I chose Healthy Minds NYC, right? One of the things that I really liked was that they had a video on there that helped you to understand the insurance process. And they said, we will call your insurance for you and find out some information whether or not you have out of network benefits, whether or not you've met your deductible. The level of adulting, meeting deductibles, what? Okay, so they said they had a concierge, a real person that called you and gave you a consultation for free and then followed up with your health insurance. followed up with your health insurance to find out, one, do you have out of network benefits? Yes, I did. Had I met my deductible, whatever, I don't ask me to explain it. I don't know, but I met it. Okay, it was like $500. I guess I already spent that much. So now they're going to do whatever. So I had. And so the last part, which they're not going to tell us, is how much they will reimburse me for the therapy session. They have not told me, right? And so I selected them because I said, Shamika, let's go ahead and get started. Now, here's my only thing that annoyed me with them was, so I said, okay, they gave me the therapist that I should work with, who I'm excited to work with, and they gave me her price. I was just like, that's a little bit steeper than I wanted to pay, right? But I'm hoping that my insurance will reimburse me and bring it down to like the $125, Toyette. I'm hoping it will bring it down to about that. But I said, well, do you have it? Because that's even online, first of all. So I said, well, do you have somebody I can meet in person? Well, the people in person that are available, although their price was lower, right? It was a little bit under 200. I'm not even going to tell y'all their prices. Y'all can go on their website and they'll tell you. But it was out of pocket, which means I would have to pay that amount, and my insurance is not going to cover any of it. I don't know. And God bless the therapist. Everybody got to make money. I understand it. But let me tell you, that has been the week that I've had. And thank you for listening to my 30-minute gripe about health insurance, finding a therapist, because I need a therapist. Thank you so much, Adam Brandon. Thank you so much. You'll check in later. Okay, very good. Please check in. Yeah. So the Psychology Today was a great site. I don't know if you consider that an app or not, but I will tell you, the Psychology app, you guys are doing a great job by having those videos on there, because that was very helpful. And that's another thing that Healthy Minds NYC had on their site that I think is brilliant, is that they had videos of the therapist. You can go on their site and you can pick from their therapists and social workers and all of that, and they have videos. And sometimes watching a video can give you more of a connection and give you a feel of who you might connect with in your sessions. And so y'all they were like, you could do Tuesday or Friday. I was like, stacked. I was like, if only you knew the thread that I'm holding on by, you would be like, you want to do? And I was like, I'll take Tuesday, the earliest on Tuesday. Thank you very much. But thank you so much, Sans Toya. I mean, of course you are, and I appreciate you. K Blue said, the rent is more than fair. It's a damn mess. It's a damn mess out here, y'all. It's a mess out here. But by the grace of God, it is truly by grace of God, that we are able to, that I am able to navigate, and that I'm able to navigate and to be here and to cry, laugh about it, because it just is what it is. And then, as Steven, some more 2K3, we try to practice our prosperity mindset. And I had to be like, Shamika, now's the time to activate your prosperity mindset more than ever. Okay? God is your source, and God wants you to feel well in your mind and in your body and your spirit. So God will provide what you need to get that therapy that you need. So you don't have to worry about that. But sometimes, y'all, you got to affirm this with yourself. You got to affirm it. You got to speak it out loud. You got to hold your heart and breathe in it and remind yourself. You got to remind yourself, you know what I'm saying? That God's got you, and God will take care of what you need to be taken care of. And so, hey, I just spoke you up, Stephen. And so I trust that God will provide a way for me to pay for this therapy that apparently, that I guess, I can afford it. I can afford it. There's more where that came from. There's more where that came from. I heard an actress that I've been watching lately. She practices that prosperity mindset where when she circulates money, I try not to say spend money, but when she circulates money, there's more where that came from. Yes, you got to be reminding me. Exactly, Sans. Exactly. But we got to be reminding ourselves as we are going through. And so, for your friends and people that you know, who you are like, yo, you need to get mental help, mental therapy help, or whatever it is. Just hold a place for them. It's not as easy as you think. It's a lot of things to that they have to overcome just to get that help, right? So hold space, with them. And I hold that space with them right now. That if you are here and you were led here because you've been going through the things, trying to get the help that you need, we are holding space with you that you will be led and guided to the person or the organization that will be able to help you get the help that you need. We hold that space with you, right? Because we know here at Saturday Morning Tap-In, when people tune into this show, it's not a coincidence. This show is highly, highly, highly intentional and highly, highly, highly on purpose. So that's just a little bit of what my week has been like. Why do I need to find a therapist? Well, my energy has been low. My energy has been really low. Why is my energy low? Because this past winter, we're sharing, okay? On Aunt Sharing Day, Shamika sharing. This past winter, I found out that I have fibroids. And not just one, not just two, lots. And I didn't know this because I've never had children. They've never had to go up in there and see what's going on like that. You know what I'm saying? And you can't necessarily see fibroids with your regular yearly exams. You can't. Why? Okay, back to health insurance. Why is that not a part of what we do for the yearlies? Right? I think all women, I did not like getting the pelvic ultrasound thingy, but I think that needs to be like part of every woman's, if it's not yearly, get it every 5 years so that you would know. I would have known way sooner what was going on, as opposed to finding out later when it's like, something's not right. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, something was wrong. That's why I was so lethargic, because I have an extreme iron shortage, which causes me to be fatigued, brain fog, all of those things because of it. So, girl, K Blue, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here for the conversation. Exactly. K Blue said she found out about her fibroids by chance, and it was not through the annual. You have what is that? Wait. You have 4 iron and everything. What does that mean? K Blue, spell it out. Don't be giving me little acronyms and stuff. I need you to spell that out for me, sweetie. Because I need to understand what you're saying. So that's what I found out this winter. And ladies, now, mind you, something should be included in our, insurance, in our annual and things like that, right? But there's also a thing of just listening to your body, and, when something doesn't feel right, to be like, okay, get this checked out. You know what I'm saying? And, which, it turned out after I got the ultrasound pelvic exam, then I went and got an MRI, exactly what I thought was happening, what the fibroids was causing, it was the radiologist that I saw last week confirmed it. She said, that's what's happening. That's why. That's why. It's because your uterus is so big because of fibroids that it's blocking things, right? So, but yeah, so it sent me down, like, when I wasn't feeling well, to find out what is going on. I had to go get blood work done, get my, my annual physical and stuff like that. Um, you know, and so yes, all these things are related. All these things are freaking related. So yes, because of my low iron, let me tell you, me and ice, we like this, okay? Ice is my favorite thing to do. Actually, after this tapping, I'm gonna go get me some ice. Okay, I'm gonna chew on some ice, because I love it. Oh, you had to get an IV. That's not the number 4. That's why I said you better spell it out, K Blue. She had to have an IV for iron and everything. You had to go sit in an infusion suite to get an intravenous bag of iron every 90 days. Yo. Wow. Wow. I didn't even know that was possible. And so, yeah, my doctor had, prescribed me to take iron pills, but I'm not taking the iron pills because of what was happening inside of me, and iron, which is going to exacerbate it. So I couldn't take the iron pills. Maybe iron in an IV might have been better. My body might have been able to digest it, but I did end up finding that magnesium would help me go to the bathroom. I'll just say that. Okay, I want to give y'all TMI. I'll probably do a video about it on my YouTube channel just to share my journey with this. And so I had 2 consultations, and they both was like, hysterectomy. There we go. No, they didn't say it like that, but it felt like they were just saying, just cut it out. Just cut it out. You don't need it. Cut it out. Excuse you, me? Don't tell me what I don't need. Okay? Hey, nothing against the women who choose to do that and have to, for whatever health reasons, but my first go-to is not going to be, it's not that. So I have taken the steps to do UFE, uterine fibroid embolization. So I got cleared this week to get that procedure done. I'll have it done later this month. But yo, it's all connected, y'all. It is a lot going on, okay? A lot going on. But guess what? I'm here. I say all that to say it was challenging to get here today, but I got here. Why? Because as I was getting ready this morning, and we're going to go into some journaling in a second. As I was getting ready this morning, I was watching one of my old Saturday morning tap-ins, y'all. I was tapping into my own stuff. I was tapping into my own medicine, just trying to watch my own show to get me ready to do this, And as I looked back at my shows that I, had done, the tap-ins, I realized, like, Shamika, you're not really doing as bad as you think, right? I looked at those videos and I was just like, that was a really great show, And so for whoever needs to hear it, sometimes when you are going through a lot, okay, y'all, I just explained what I was going through this week, right? What's been going on for months for me. The struggle, right? The challenge was real. Like, I had to do all the things just to be present and to show up. But sometimes when we're going through it, we may feel like we're failing or doing the worst. And as I look back at some of those recordings, it's like, yes, you may feel like you're struggling on the inside, but you're really doing better than you think you are. You're doing better than you think. So I share that with whoever may need it. And also I'll share this week, okay, on some good news. Such a bummer. No, it wasn't a bummer. Thank you guys for listening. But on good news though, was this week I got a chance to meet with 2 really close friends of mine. where they said, let's go. We're going to meet for lunch. I met one for lunch, and then the other we went and walked around and did some returns and then had dinner. And it just reminded me of the cool people I have in my life, first of all, but the importance of showing up. Woo. Ooh, okay. Ooh, this is something. So, Toyette said that I'm resilient, and Rocky's holding space and with me, and saying that many people can't even persist like I did. And I will tell you that sometimes that persisting, it looks like it can look like feeling depleted, like you cannot go any further. It can look like I give up, whatever, I'm done. You know what I mean? And I don't mean it in like a drastic way, but for some people it is. But for me, it was just like, I'm done. I can't even deal with this anymore today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe on a fresh cup of coffee, I'll come back to it. I don't know. But what can shift that, right? What shifts that are the people that we have in our lives. And so let's just make sure that we are extending gratitude for those people in our lives, those people that God put in our lives. Like, just take a moment to be grateful for the people in our lives that show up for us. And they don't even realize how much their show up just saved you. Don't even realize that. I'm just saying. Right? So just, realizing that time spent with someone, yeah, we just doing some returns, but, and we're catching up on what's going on in your life. But that's how resilience looks for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it can look for others. So don't discount how your show up may impact someone else's resilience, right? Resilience is just somebody's ability to keep going and to keep getting back up. Your show up could be a part of someone's ability to get up. Okay, we done. That's today's tap-in. Y'all ain't gonna have me on here crying all Saturday, making my face all puffy this early in the morning. I mean, it's not really early anymore. And so I say that because that is a part of my show up here, right? I said, Shamika, how can you not show up when I know good and well the power of showing up for people, right? I know good and well how powerful that is. And sometimes it's powerful just showing up online, saying a word, just being you, being your silly, goofy self, right? Allowing a laugh and allowing an inhale can be that thing that strengthens someone's resilience. That could be, hanging on by Shamika, throw the floss in the garbage. I will. But hanging on, it's here for analogy. Okay? It's here for analogy. Okay? Just saying. But yes, Mateus, love you too. I thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was listening to a podcast this week, Truth Transforms with Reverend Galen McDowell, and one of his podcasts was don't take yourself so seriously. And that's one thing that I love. I love to laugh. Okay, that's why I'm so good with dark comedy. Okay, because I got the heavy and I got the light. Okay, where's my dark comedy? So let's find something to journal about now that we've had these conversations. And I will, keep you all posted on, my journey since I've shared it. Y'all know hey, if I'm showing up, I'm sharing something. Okay, we're going to have a show. We're going to talk about something. So next week, oh God, next week on Tuesday, it's going to be my therapy session. So that means on Saturday, who knows what I'm going to be spilling on Saturday. And then also next week I'm going to get some more blood work done before my procedure for UFE. Okay, very good, very good. Let's pick something random. Okay, great, random. Here we are. Oh, wow. Today's journal prompt is, what have you learned recently that will help you in the future? All right, let's do this. Oh, the Marys are here. Hi, the Marys. Hi, Mary. Hi, Mary. Love y'all. Miss you. So glad to see you all tapping in today. All right, here is the journal prompt. All right, this is our prompt. We're going to journal for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. I kid you not, y'all. Okay. What have you learned recently that will help you in the future? What have you learned recently that will help you in the future? All right. That is the journal prompt. The journal prompt is going to be on the screen. Okay. If you are on TikTok, the journal prompt is, what have you learned recently that will help you in the future? Oh, wait a minute. I don't have my amazing video created by my amazing, I don't have it here because I don't have my hard drive plugged in. Let's just get a timer for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. 10 minutes and 10 seconds. We're going to do the generic one today because let me tell you, it is what it is. All right. The timer has begun. The timer has begun and we are journaling. Okay, we are journaling. We are committing to keeping our pen or pencil moving across the page. Letting whatever wants to come out, let it come out. There's no right or wrong way to journal. The journal prompt gets you down on the page, but once you're down there, you can write whatever you want. All we ask is that you keep writing 10 minutes and 10 seconds. We have 9 minutes and 34 seconds to go. We are journaling. And, all right, y'all, I got to get these tears out of my eyes so I can see. Had to blink them away. Welcome to those who are joining us on TikTok. All right, we're journaling. Instagram be hating, y'all. I had to reconnect the Instagram stream. All right, Instagram is back up. Sorry, Instagram peoples. Instagram be hating and cutting you off after an hour. But we're back. 7 minutes, 13 seconds to go. We're journaling. Hey, what's the girl to do? Thank you, Mateus, for loving the live. Appreciate you. All right, we're back, IG. We're back. we're journaling. We are journaling. Welcome to those who just came back on IG. Sorry, IG took us down, but we are back. We are journaling. What have you learned recently that will help you in the future? 5 minutes, 5 seconds to go. We're journaling. Oh my goodness, I'm so special. We're journaling. 4 minutes to go. We are journaling. Matea is right. I'm sitting here laughing at myself and you laughing at me, laughing at myself. I know. I can't help it. I know. I know. I know. Two minutes, 15 seconds to go. We are journaling. 56 seconds to go. We're journaling. What's up, Jeffy? We are journaling on this Saturday morning tap-in. Welcome. We are wrapping it up. 10 seconds to go. Let's get it. And we are there. We did it. We journaled. We did that. Oh, we have tapped in this Saturday morning. We did it. We did it. The only thing left to do is set our intentions after we share how today's show was for you. So I'm so glad that you all tuned in today. Thank you all for showing up with me and for me and with the community and for the community, so that Saturday morning tap in can do that magical thing that it does, right? What does it do? You know what it does. You felt it. You was here, or you here right now watching the recording. You know what you needed, and I know that you got what you needed. So if you have any aha moments, or maybe as you journaled, something came up for you that you wanted to share, this is the place to do it. Feel free to put it in the chat or in the comments. What I do every Saturday is I share what I wrote in my journal. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, you can write whatever you want in your journal, okay? And I'm going to prove it to some people today, just to let you know that, hey, you can be talking about one thing 1 second, and then the very next word could be a whole nother topic. And that's okay? Because it's your journal, and that's your business, okay? So, all right, let's see. Ooh, we have something here. This just in from Toyette. This is what she wrote. The journal prompt was, what have you learned recently that will help you in the future? She wrote, I just attended a summit on the neurodiverse mind. Neurospicy, anyone? Me? Okay, you? Anyone else? Anyone? Okay, I see you. All right. What I learned is that it is better to prepare for all types of thinkers when working with others. Being different and thinking different isn't wrong. It's a part of God's perfect design. I plan to improve how I work with others by offering grace, patience, and understanding to all communication. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And even, it made me think of something, and not that I want to do a whole show about this. It's also important for other neurospicy people to also offer that grace to other neurospicy people as well. Right? To remember that we're all trying to figure this thing out. But that is a great, that's a great aha moment. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sans Toyette. That's beautiful. Thank you for opening up your heart and doing your part of taking care of the small part of the world that is yours and doing the work that's yours to do. That's beautiful. May we all do the work. All right, this is what I wrote, y'all. But real quick, Nicole, hey. Am I going to NABJ this year? I will not be there this year. Yeah, I'm not going to be there this year. I know it's going to be the best of the best. The best, it's going to be in Atlanta, but I will not be there this year. And I know I'm going to be missing out on a lot of stuff, but I had to rearrange my schedule for some things, and NABJ had to fall off. So maybe next year, although I know it's not going to compare to Atlanta this year, but have a blast. I'll be checking out your feed for my daily dose of FOMO next week while y'all are kicking it and doing the thing at NABJ. All right. So the journal prompt was, what have you learned recently that will help you in the future? This is what I wrote. All right, here we go. Resilience. What it looks like. Resilience is a result of grace. Resilience. The ability to keep going, to keep pressing on or forward or just moving when the journey of life is hard or seems impossible. Sidebar, I'm glad I got this health insurance, mental health rant out before my therapy session because I don't want to waste my time or money on that rant. Y'all can invoice me later for that. Send me the super bill. No, seriously. I know I wrote this, y'all. I really wrote this. No, seriously. Resilience is not linear. F resilience. Just kidding. But dang, Gina, this adulting thing is a lot. But I will say that resilience is a result of grace from God, sending people along the way to give me hope, the laughter, the conversations, to help fire off those inner brain chemicals to make me get up and keep going. Hey, that's what I wrote in my journal today. That's an aha moment, right? So when you feel like you're not resilient, you just might be. You just might be. You just might be. You just might be. You might just be getting your dose of holding on, right? Dr. Tiffany is here. Dr. Tiffany, I need to know what is up with health insurance and finding mental health care. That's what today's show was about. I was doing my rant about trying to find a therapist and all of the hurdles I had to hop through. All right, Dr. Tiffany, maybe we should talk about this on a show or something. I don't know. But I'm so glad to see you tapping in. All right, you guys. So as we do for tapping, let's go ahead and set this intention for today. All right, let's take and put both feet firmly on the ground, sitting erect. Okay, and breathing in, we inhale. Hold it. And exhale. Yes, how good that inhale felt. Let's take another collective inhale. Breathing in deeply, we inhale. Hold it. And exhale. As we release anything that came before this moment, allowing us to be open and fully present in this moment right here where we are being clear about the intentions that we are setting. All right, let's set these intentions. I did not put them on the screen. Intentions. Okay, I'm put them on the screen. Okay, sorry, y'all. Okay. All right. And those are the intentions that we are going to set today. All right. First, let's put our hand over our heart and let's breathe in grace. Exhale, grace. Let's do another. Breathe in grace. We inhale. And we exhale, grace. As we set the intention to be open and receptive. It's no surprise that the first three letters of grace are GRA, which are also the first three letters of gratitude. We are thankful for the grace in our life. Thankful for the grace that is often expressed as peace. We are thankful for the grace that can be expressed as joy. We are thankful for the grace that is expressed as resilience. We inhale. And we are thankful for the grace that is expressed as kindness. The many colors of grace, the many ways through which grace shows up in our lives, the way that grace is so intermingled in everything. We set the intention to be aware, to be grateful for the graces that we have in our life. Let there be peace. I am peace. So let there be peace. Feel free to repeat after me. Let there be peace. I am peace. Let there be peace. Let there be joy. We inhale. I am joy. Let there be joy. Let there be resilience. We inhale. I am resilient. Let there be resilience. Let there be kindness. We inhale. I am kind. Let there be kindness. And so it is. Intentions. It's just that simple. A little bit of intentionality goes a long way. Thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you all for holding space with me. And I'm so grateful that you chose Saturday Morning Tap In as your way of holding space with you. All right? So go out there, enjoy the rest of your day. Expect the good. Why? Because you deserve it. All right, I'll see you all next Saturday after my first therapy appointment. She doing it. All right, y'all. Bye for now.